Obituary now brought to you by Curtis & Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg for pre-need funerals, burials, or cremation since 1975. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. 256-245-4361. That's 256-245-4361. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg. In obituary news this morning, funeral service for Sarah Nanette Ellis Murphy, age 76 of Sylacauga, is today at 2 o'clock at Curtis & Son North. Brother Donald Grice officiating. Burial in the Tallahatchie Cemetery. Mrs. Murphy died on Wednesday at her residence. Online condolences at curtisonfh.com. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, directing that service. In other obituary news this morning, funeral service for Sandra Sissy Williams Cooper, age 58 of Goodwater, will be Wednesday at 2 p.m. from Estelle Community Church with the Reverend Mark Deason officiating. Burial in the Midway Memorial Gardens in Talladega. Mrs. Cooper died Thursday at Coosa Valley Medical Center. Visitation will be Wednesday from noon until 2 at Estelle Community Church. In lieu of flowers, contribution can be made to the Humane Society. Radley Smith Funeral Home in Sylacauga in charge of the arrangements. Funeral service for Travis E. Isabel, age 76 of Sylacauga. That service will be on Tuesday at 2 o'clock from Estelle Community Church. Brother Mark Deason officiating. Burial in the Estelle Community Church Cemetery in Wagufka. Mr. Isabel died January the 20th. Visitation on Tuesday from 10 until 2 o'clock at Estelle Community Church. Radley Smith Funeral Home directing. Funeral service for Marie McEwen, age 70 of Sylacauga, will be this morning at 11 a.m. from Curtis & Son North. I'll be officiating that service. Visitation from 10 until 11. Burial in the Hanover Cemetery. Online condolences at curtisonfh.com. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel directing. Mr. Harold Jacobs, age 82, died January 17th. Funeral service is Tuesday at 2 p.m. from Ursery Funeral Home in Talladega. Visitation from 1 until 2. Online condolences at urseryfuneralhome.com. Ursery Funeral Home in Talladega directing. Lavelle Bell Hutto, age 92 of Talladega, died January the 19th. Graveside service will be held at Oak Hill Cemetery this morning at 11 a.m. with Steve Burke officiating. Online condolences at urseryfuneralhome.com. Ursery Funeral Home in Talladega in charge of the arrangements. Ms. Hutto was a member of the Bethel United Methodist Church and worked for the Talladega County EMA for over 40 years. Ursery Funeral Home, Talladega directing. Funeral service for Joseph Dodo Rhodes, age 52 of Sylacauga, is this afternoon at 1 o'clock from Estelle Community Church with the Reverend Mark Deason officiating. Burial in the Midway Memory Gardens in Talladega. Radley Smith Funeral Home directing. That is a look at obituaries this morning, brought to you by Curtis & Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg for pre-need funerals, burials, and cremation since 1975. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, 256-245-4361. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg.